Uh, Hey guys, I just watched another video by Sargon of Akkad. I don't know if you have come across some of his videos at some point. He has this kind of Greek philosopher statue as his avatar, actually in his videos as well. So this is actually really his video. So if you have seen him, that's him. This thing is why this really pisses me off. Quite a while back, I decided to get myself distanced from all those political loaded channels like Amazing Atheist, like Cult of Dusty. Um, More, there have been more. I have been subscribed to quite a lot of them. And I had this other channel going on, this Ain't My Opinion Count, which was a bit inspired by it and was going into a similar direction. Even so, I kind of lost the momentum with the other channel rather early on because I didn't want it to go into the extremes. First of all, I'm living in a country which is in most regards rather moderate. We don't have those lunatics on both sides of any debate which are making a big show and political circus out of stuff. Everything is happening very, very moderate and, well, then again, boring over here, I have to say. And I also didn't want to be, because I had this kind of, I didn't want to be one of those extreme people. I wanted to provide a more moderate ground, and it is kind of like when you got sucked into this entire political loaded debate thingy with your channel. It you have to go for the extremes, because this is the thing which pissed me off about those channels in general, which made me basically turn away from them as a whole. The thing that it is a big show, it is entertainment what they are doing. They are not really fighting for the ideals they stand for. They probably, most of them probably started out that way, and for most of them, they believe they still fight for whatever cause they are on, being it to bring up the two things I had the most contact with, being either a religious person or an atheist person, or being a feminist or being an MIA guy, whatever. Those are the most loaded debates, where the most chose in both cases the extreme sides. And the problem is, first of all those sides, as I just said, are extremes. The people who are vocal are the extremists. And I'm meaning this extremists in the fanatic way. They are all bigots, they are all insane. Because it's a thing, they have... they take actual issues that are there. Usually in every... That's the thing why I usually go for the gray area and try to go away from black and white thinking. But those channels, those propaganda-loaded channels only work when they go with extremes. And so they take small edge cases and blow them up into big poster child cases. And the other side does the same, or the other side latches onto it, and are kind of destructing the bullshit they make. But it is turning into a mud fight all the time. It is just a mud fight between extremist point of views. The problem is, this is not helping in any way to get closer to each other. It's just making the fronts more aggressive, more hateful. Because if you argue on extremes and the other one reacts on a similar level, you are not... None of those channels are looking for a productive discourse. Because the thing is, those channels, those propaganda channels, those political message channels, those agenda channels, they... by now are, for most of the popular guys, their job. They do this as a living. Therefore, they don't want it to ever end. If the war actually ends, they're out of a job. So they're also arguing in this crazy circle, like Uh, Sorry that I name a specific example, but it is just one I know. So there are millions out there. And example, Anita Scorsese. Sarkeesian makes her a very feminist agenda thingy with her female tropes in video games. And she actually did either bad research, listened to the wrong people, whatever. I have examples where she literally tells lies. Lies in the sense of the opposite of the truth. She says stuff or she brings up facts about games which are literally against the rules of the game. She brings it up as this is a function of the game. This is what the game is for, and she literally screws up. I don't know if she does it intentionally, if she really just has some guy doing her research and doing a crappy job. I don't know. I don't know where this untruth came from, but there is a fact that she tells every now and then she tells untruths in her videos. Like literally the opposite of the truth. Okay, therefore we have on the other side those people, those anti-feminists, prominent example, Sanderfoot, even though I can't stand him anymore. Sanderfoot then goes in there and is like picking it apart and saying like, oh, you are lying, you are doing this bad thing. So what is the result of all this? Well, we have Anita Sarkeesian, sorry, bad. I'm not good with names. We have Anita Sarkeesian who made her video. Then we have a Sanderfoot who jumps in and makes his video. Both videos gain traffic from the other side. The Sanderfoot video becomes among the feminist fans of Sarkeesian. They are like, "Whoa, he made an angry video!" So they all jump over there. They provide traffic for him. He earns money by their wrath. On the other hand, his entire content is based on her video. So if Anita Sarkeesian wouldn't make videos, Sanderfoot wouldn't have content. And at the same time, Sanderfoot provides an audience for Anita because a lot of people, me included, watch his video and then go over there to hers, and I'm starting switching up on which side is who. So Sanderfoot creates traffic for Anita. Anita creates traffic and topics for Sanderfoot. They live in a very sick and fucked up symbiosis. Neither of them wants this ever to stop. Neither. They on a certain level. I believe that both really believe in what they are doing. I believe they both actually somehow fight for the goal they kind of put for themselves. But in the end, for the sake of their own channels, which are their livelihood, they never want the status quo to change. They need this kind of mud fight. This mud fight is their bread and butter. And becoming part of this cycle of hate, it's a hate cycle basically. I was like, no, I don't want to have to do anything with it. And so I turned away. I turned away from all the channels because even a channel which I consider a quite good one for what he does, The Amazing Atheist, because The Amazing Atheist is very, very open about what he does. The Amazing Atheist even when The Amazing Atheist is not only completely aware of this cycle, he is pointing it out. Literally, in one of his videos about this fanatic Christian pastor who is also pretty much blurting out bullshit. And by the way, this pastor would never have made a second video if he wouldn't have gotten all this attention. So once again, he is a monster created by this entire strange thingy. And I was like, everybody who is reacting to him is giving him more time. He was like Anita, because people made a big outcry about her original Kickstarter. And if the outcry would not have happened, she would never have made enough money. She would never have gotten the attention of anybody, or except her small circle of people who were already with her from the beginning. So all those monsters, quote unquote, please, I don't consider any of them a monster, I consider most of them idiots, but this is a different topic. All of those monsters have been created by the people who pretend to fight them. Those people create their own targets. I don't know how much of it is intentionally or whatever, but the greatest supporter of the feminist movement are anti-feminists because they give them all the attention, and the other way around. MIA goes the same way, and Christian or in general religious extremists also wouldn't have this influence if they wouldn't have an audience. And the same goes for atheism. I'm honest. I'm trying to be unbiased here since I am atheist. So yeah, but it's always this turns serious political and social topics into a show, into entertainment. This is why I distance myself from this. This is why at one point I was like, okay, I'm unsubbing all those channels, and I'm to this date, every other day, I'm very, very tempted to unfollow JimFear's Tumblr, because JimFear is pretty much nowadays my only constant provider of this kind of topics. The problem is he's also the one Tumblr I follow who posts the most cool and original stuff. Not by him, but reposted. But he's pretty much my connection to all the cool stuff on Tumblr as well. So I'm having a hard time unsubbing him or unfollowing, whatever the term on Tumblr is. So JimFear, dude, you're tearing me apart, Jim. You're tearing me apart, and I can't do a Tommy Wiseau accent, but. Really, it is like all those political things. I scroll past them. And I really I don't want to see this shit. I want to get past this shit. But then he posts some cool comic, and I'm like, oh, I have to continue following JimFear. Anyway, what I wanted to do and where I wanted to start was with the Sargon of Akkad, whatever, the Greek, the wannabe Greek guy. So I just watched a video of him by tearing, what's her name, Lacey Green, a new one. And I was like, it was entertaining to watch. And that's, once again, the problem. It is turned into entertainment. It was entertaining to watch, but in the very end, with the last few minutes of the video, I was sitting there and was like, oh, great, fuck. You're back in the cycle. You are, again, watching this kind of content. And it is really frustrating. Because... the thing is, all sides are fucking idiots. This goes for Thunderfoot, Anita Sarkeesian, Lacey Green, this Sargon guy. They are all either they are just doing it for the business. They are all just businessmen playing the masses with their videos. Or they are fucking idiots because they are providing the other side with attention. I mean, it's a tricky thing because if there are things wrong, you have to fight them. You just standing by and not doing anything is wrong as well. So it is kind of a balance act. But turning it into entertainment, turning it into a mud fight, a never-ending mud fight, which is the only thing keeping those extreme movements alive to begin with. It is frustrating to watch. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this video. I just wanted to vent a little bit, and I wanted to explain my own situation or opinion or whatever, and which is also a little bit of an explanation why so little is happening on ANY Opinion Counts, because the juicy topics I don't want to tackle because I want to get rid of this stuff, and the not so juicy topics I don't feel like putting so much effort into editing and so on. So yeah. Probably there's probably going to be a follow-up, either because of comments you guys leave or another video I cannot resist to watch because it pops up in my what to watch side on YouTube, and I'm like, he talks about that topic. Okay, let's look this one time even so I'm over it. I can stop anytime. Oh my god, I'm addicted to this kind of videos, aren't I? Oh god. Stop this video. Where's the stop button? No, where's my cursor?